The Egyptians are not African. I'm sorry.
Do you know where Egypt is?
Yes, it's in
Where?
North Africa.
Okay, stop. Stop right there. You just said that you said the Egyptians are not African.
Are white South Africans African?
Wait. Yes, they are African. See, okay.
They passionately claims Egypt is not Africa, and you really gets confused and sometimes believe that? For too long, a shadow has been cast over the true identity of one of the world's most magnificent civilizations. Let us ignite the flames of truth and reclaim the narrative of Egypt, a land undeniably, profoundly, and eternally African. Where does Egypt lie on the global map? It rests firmly on the northern tip of the African continent. Its lifeblood, the majestic Nile River, flows northward, originating deep within the African heartland. From the highlands of Ethiopia, the lakes of Uganda, and the vast plains of South Sudan, the Nile gathers its strength. This mighty river carries not just water, but the very essence of Africa to Egypt. It nourishes the land, shapes the culture, and dictates the rhythm of life. To deny Egypt's African identity is to deny the source of its sustenance, to sever the child from the mother who birthed its very existence. Centuries ago, a deliberate distortion began. As colonial powers sought to justify their exploitation of Africa, they propagated a myth. Africa was a continent without history, without civilization. Yet the towering pyramids, the intricate temples, and the profound knowledge of ancient Egypt stood as undeniable proof against this lie. Faced with such inconvenient greatness, the colonial mind made a calculated choice. They attempted to surgically remove Egypt from Africa. They declared it Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, anything but not African. This was a strategic move to diminish Africa's glory, to deny its capacity for innovation, and to maintain a false narrative of European supremacy. The ancient Egyptians themselves offered a powerful testament to their identity. They called their land Kemet, meaning the Black Land. This name referred not only to the fertile, dark soil deposited by the Nile's annual floods, but also, significantly, to the complexion of its indigenous inhabitants. Look closely at the art, the sculptures, the tomb paintings. They depict a diverse people, reflecting the rich spectrum of African phenotypes. From the earliest dynasties, the faces carved in stone and painted on papyrus reveal a clear connection to the broader African population, showcasing the deep roots of this civilization within the continent. Ancient Egypt did not emerge in isolation. It was an integral part of a continuous civilization that flourished along the Nile Valley. This cultural continuum stretched far south into Nubia and Kush, regions undeniably African. The interactions between these kingdoms were constant, marked by trade, cultural exchange, and sometimes conflict, but always by an undeniable shared heritage. The architectural styles, religious beliefs, and artistic conventions of early Egypt show clear parallels with pre-dynastic cultures further south. This demonstrates a natural evolution of African societies, culminating in the grandeur of the pharaonic era. The Nile was not a barrier but a highway, connecting diverse African communities. The history of ancient Egypt is inextricably linked with that of Nubia and Kush. These powerful southern kingdoms were not merely neighbors, but integral partners in the unfolding drama of the Nile Valley. They shared deities, artistic motifs, and even periods of unified rule, most notably during the 25th dynasty. During this period, Nubian pharaohs ruled over a united Egypt and Kush, demonstrating the deep cultural and political ties that bound these African lands. Their monuments, their language, their very existence challenge any attempt to separate Egypt from its southern African brethren. They are a testament to a shared heritage that transcends modern geopolitical boundaries. Beyond geography and political history, the very spirit of ancient Egypt resonates with African sensibilities. The emphasis on ancestral veneration, the profound connection to the natural world, the vibrant use of symbolism, and the communal nature of their monumental undertakings all echo themes found across the African continent. Consider the artistic conventions, the profile view, the emphasis on the human form, the use of specific color palettes. These are not isolated phenomena, but part of a broader African artistic tradition. The wisdom tradition, the oral histories, and the deep spiritual understanding of the cosmos found in ancient Egypt find echoes in diverse African cultures, highlighting a shared intellectual and spiritual lineage. Some argue that modern Egyptians look different, and therefore Egypt cannot be African. This argument ignores the dynamic nature of history and human migration. For millennia, Egypt has been a crossroads, a bridge between Africa, Asia, and Europe. Traders, invaders, and migrants have passed through, settled, and intermarried. This rich tapestry of human interaction has undoubtedly diversified the genetic makeup of modern Egyptians. However, the influx of new populations does not erase the foundational African roots of the land and its ancient civilization. A tree that grows new branches does not cease to be the same tree. A river that joins with new streams does not deny its source. Modern science, particularly genetic research, unequivocally affirms Africa as the cradle of humanity. DNA studies trace the origins of all human beings back to the African continent. If all of humanity carries Africa within its genetic code, how then can one deny the African identity of a civilization that flourished at the very heart of this continent? This scientific truth reinforces the historical and geographical evidence. It provides a powerful, irrefutable argument against any attempt to dislodge Egypt from its rightful place within the African narrative. Egypt is not just in Africa, it is of Africa, a testament to the continent's profound contribution to global civilization. The persistent denial of Egypt's African identity is not born of ignorance alone. It is often a deliberate act. If Egypt is acknowledged as African, then Africa gave birth to one of the greatest, most enduring civilizations on Earth. This truth shatters centuries of Eurocentric narratives that have portrayed Africa as a continent devoid of significant historical achievement. To accept Egypt as African is to dismantle the myth of African inferiority. It means recognizing that the continent dismissed as backward was once the epicenter of monumental architecture, advanced mathematics, sophisticated medicine, and profound spiritual thought. This truth is powerful, and it challenges the very foundations of historical falsehoods. African youths, historians, and Egyptologists, the time for passive acceptance of distorted histories is over. We must actively reclaim our narrative. We must educate ourselves and our communities about the undeniable African heritage of Egypt. This is not merely an academic debate. It is a vital act of self-affirmation, a reclaiming of pride and identity. Let us engage in robust discussions, share factual articles, and foster educational initiatives that illuminate this truth. Let us challenge the lingering colonial mindset that seeks to diminish Africa's contributions. The pyramids stand not as foreign wonders, but as African wonders. The Nile flows not as an outsider's river, but as an African lifeline. The ancestors, the very soil, the timeless Nile, and the enduring monuments all bear witness. Egypt is Africa. This bond is eternal, unbreakable, and undeniable. Let us not waste time arguing with those who choose to remain blind. Instead, let us focus on learning, teaching, and celebrating this profound truth. When you hear the falsehood, Egypt is not African, do not respond with anger, but with informed conviction. Smile and remember, truth does not vanish because someone closes their eyes. The sun does not disappear because someone refuses to look at the sky. Egypt is Africa, and Africa is Egypt. This understanding is crucial for our collective future. By embracing Egypt as an African civilization, we empower ourselves. We provide our children with a rich, accurate history that instills pride and confidence. We demonstrate that Africa has always been a land of innovation, wisdom, and profound human achievement. Let us rise above the doubts and divisions sown by others. Let us tell our story with courage and clarity. For too long, others have defined us. Now we stand uniting, declaring that Egypt belongs to Africa and Africa embraces Egypt. This shared heritage is a source of immense strength and inspiration for all people of African descent and for humanity as a whole. This is more than just history. It is identity. It is power. It is freedom. We urge you to delve deeper into the rich history of the Nile Valley. Read the articles, participate in the debates, and educate your communities. Share this truth widely. Let us collectively ensure that the world recognizes Egypt as the magnificent, undeniable heart of Africa. Engage with us. Share your insights, ask your questions, and become an ambassador for this vital truth. Together, we will illuminate the path forward, rooted in the undeniable reality that Egypt is Africa and Africa is Egypt.